the way he talks about it, the way he's very intentional. I mean, just on the bus ride over here, he was just like, man, I'm in that mode. So I really think he's going to have a huge year. He's going to shock a lot of people.
Okay.
I like it. Rager referring to Hurts as the captain there. Now, although Hurts may have not proven himself just yet to everyone, especially the national media, national fans, he seems already to command the Eagles locker room. We love to see that, especially there in Philadelphia, where there were questions about leadership in years past. So, guys, how much do we value, and should the Eagles value, leadership when it comes to their quarterback spot?
This guy, the first word is leader.
Yep.
In general, admiral, everything. And that was the whole deal out of college, too. At Alabama, at Oklahoma. No one's questioning Jalen Hurts' leadership. That guy can lead an army of men. That's just what he is. Here comes the inevitable but. Can he play football? Can he throw a football? Can he play quarterback in the NFL? Yes, we know he can. And there's a good chance this guy has a 15-year NFL career. But is he a starter? And is he the long-term starter for the Philadelphia Eagles? He has every opportunity in the world to slam the door on those questions this season. It's his job. Yet they have 2 first-round picks next year. They get another first-round pick if Wentz magically plays 70 snaps, and they could quickly just pull the switch on this and say, we're out on this. Look, they were 1-3 with him last year. It's not like he lit up the skies and did anything. He played well. He did fine, but I think we need to see it. Look, Case Keenum's a leader, and Drew Stanton's a leader, and Tyrod Taylor is a leader, and Andy Dalton's a leader. Yeah. Doesn't mean they're a QB1 in the NFL. So leadership, no one's questioning that. We got to see it now on the field.
That's what we kept hearing Joe Judge say about Daniel Jones. Great leader, great fighter.
Tough.
Can you play? Yeah, tough. That's awesome. So I think 2 rookie quarterbacks are going to start this year, which means we have 29 or rather 30 non-rookies. Out of the 30, this is by far the most mysterious of all of them. It's ranked number 1. We don't know this guy. I'm kind of echoing what Peter's saying. And it's not just that we don't know him. We've seen guys that we don't know. There's weird wrinkles. Like the last time he played in a game, he was pulled out of it by his head coach in the middle of a Week 17 game that the Eagles were battling in. And this is the infamous Nate Sudfeld game that there were a lot of conspiracy theories. He's just pulled. And like his facial expression, you can read it all day. Like, he's just as puzzled and maybe as frustrated as we are. Weird game. And then, okay, it's gone. We have a change of head coach. All right, let's see him in the preseason. Here we go. NFL Network. We got him in the warm-ups. He's throwing it around and he looks great. And then he was pulled. We didn't get to see him again because he had some sort of upset tummy or something, a non-COVID illness, even though this is moments before what in the hell? So on top of that, Peter, I don't know if he can play. Like, if you just look at what he's put on tape, he started 4 games. He's won 1 of them. And I know the Eagles last year weren't great, but look, the numbers aren't great either. Like, it's 51 completion, 77. This is not great. And yet, it's his kingdom. He has the keys to the castle. The teammates seem to love him. Go get him, Jalen. I guess my point is, like, the Eagles might win 12 games this year, and they might win 2. I don't know, because he is the most mysterious quarterback we have. I feel like we know Wilson and Lawrence who are going to start more than we know Jalen Hurts, which doesn't even make sense.
You didn't even bring up Sirianni.
Yeah.
The biggest mystery part of this, your quarterback and your coach. It's like, what are we?
A first-time head coach, too, dealing with this. Like, and my last point is he playing a lot in the last preseason game? He has to. He hasn't played at all. Right. But if he plays, you got to put out the Eagles' first O-line, and you got to put the Eagles' receiver. So that's very complicated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is very complicated. Listen, he is a leader.
Yeah.
To Schraig's point.
What's going on?
Listen, you saw him in college. The dude was leading vocally. He's in the weight room going crazy, putting up pounds, and we're like, oh, this dude is for real. Then he gets on the football field in the NFL, and he has that it factor. Like, Jalen Hurts has that it factor. He's in a perfect position to lead this team. But I was once told a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way.
Okay.
But can you make the play? After play.
That's big.
After play on game day. That's what we want to see. That's what we want. That's what Eagles fans want. And in his defense, as far as his numbers not being great towards the end of the year, which they're not, you showed that graphic, and it's perfect in this conversation to put that up. The team was unraveling at that point.
I know.
There was a lot going on. Yeah. I mean, the fans turned against Wentz. Guys were banged up. And I'll just keep it a buck. There were a few dudes on that roster that were straight up mailing it in. I just feel like the team is bought in, and they have the right pieces. So I feel like he has an opportunity in this last piece of the game, if he's surrounded by the starters, to slam that door. Yeah. And then week one will be the coming out party for Jalen Hurts. I don't believe there's any other quarterback in a better situation than Jalen Hurts is. New head coach, you can win him over. You got a team that believes in a young quarterback that wants to. desperately wants to believe in somebody because Carson Wentz is gone.
Yeah.
And then a fan base that is rallying around the talent. Oh, not to mention, they have a few great draft picks coming up. Like, name a and you're with the Eagles.
Daniel Jones? Well, are you putting him in that same category where it's like put up or shut up? There's no excuses for Jalen Hurts this year? Like, he's in that world?
Yeah, he has everything he needs. What else do we need him to have? He has a good tight end, good running back. Miles Sanders is fantastic, and wide receiver play is good. So, yeah, I think every quarterback in the NFC East is put up or shut up.
Is this a no excuses year for Jalen Hurts, kind of?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question.
I think differently about him and Daniel Jones.
I do
Jones,
too.
We gotta go.
Yeah, Jones is a super high draft pick, and he's been on the field more, and he's had more experience. Jalen Hurts is like, I still feel like he's still getting his feet wet, and that's why he's such an unknown.
Yeah, he's drafted in the 50s. He wasn't drafted in the top 10. Daniel Jones was drafted in the top 10. Tua was drafted 5. People are like, all right, the expectations here. This one for Hurts, it's like, I think Eagles fans are like, all right, let's see. I don't think anyone in the Eagles fan base is diehard Hurts or nobody else in the next 10 years. They don't know either. And I think the organization as a whole is under a huge transition year with a new coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, and now this new quarterback. No longer Carson Wentz's team, and Doug Peterson is nowhere to be found.
What we know is that he's a leader. We can all agree on that. We can also all agree leadership not going to stop the Eagles from trying to get another quarterback after this year if he doesn't bring it on the field. All right, Nate, last week